Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, KBB Alpha here, and today I have another unboxing and review for you. As you can see, these are replacement Joy-Cons from the manufacturer YCCTEAM. Now, I've been meaning to replace my current Joy-Cons. I just didn't want to take the plunge and open them up myself and place them in a new case. So I figure I go the next best route, which is finding some existing Joy-Cons. So these do come in different colors. I just chose blue because obviously blue is my favorite color. So let's go ahead and unbox and I'll show you guys what's inside. Alright, so that was pretty much it, and here we have the Joy-Cons themselves. Now, first thing I did notice was that this is a little bit lighter than the original Joy-Cons that I have, and I'll bring them out here for comparison. But let's go ahead and take a look at them here. Now, as you can see, it's in the shape of the regular or the OEM Joy-Con. It has this design down here. And if we turn it sideways, it does have a USB-C charging port, so you can charge this separately and you don't need to have this on the dock itself to charge. And we have that, pretty standard. And on this one, the left side, I do like this because it's an actual D-pad and it's not the buttons here, just like it is on the original Joy-Con. And again, these do have a USB-C charging port, so you can charge them separately. And the other difference here is just the start and select buttons. They're a little ovalish, but that's not of any concern there. So I'll go ahead and bring out my other Joy-Cons and compare them to these. Alright, so here's a little side-by-side comparison of the Joy-Cons and the original Joy-Cons. If you notice, I did put a skin on this, so it's not the dark gray that it's normally colored as. So let's go ahead and I'll pick them up side by side and we will compare. So here we have the right Joy-Cons, and it looks, at least to me on this angle, it looks like the blue one is a little bit shorter than the original Joy-Con. I'm not sure if you can tell, or it could just be the way I'm holding it. Again, there's not really much of a change on the buttons except for the start button up here. Pretty much the same. Again, the blue ones have a separate USB-C charging port. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up the left ones here. And again, it does look like the blue one is a little bit longer. And as far as the weight goes, it is a little bit noticeable that this is a little heavier than the blue ones, but not by much. It's a very slight difference. Again, on the box, it does state that it has everything that the original Joy-Cons have, such as the gyro and the vibration. So I'm not really too sure why the blue ones are lighter than the original ones. But that's pretty much it for comparison. It's pretty much the same. Again, it's just the D-pad here that's different. Alright, so as you guys probably can tell, the joysticks look a little bit different. I did have some extra joystick caps laying around, so I decided to put them on here, and to my surprise, the color blue does match the same blue as the Joy-Cons. So right now I'll go ahead and place them on my Switch and we'll go ahead and see how it works. Alright, so here it is attached to my Switch. Now I do have a grip for it, and it's through Skull & Co. And they are one of my favorite Switch accessory makers. I do have a number of their products. Some of them I have reviewed already. But this is what it looks like connected to the Switch. I do like the black and blue scheme of the Joy-Cons and the joystick caps. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Oh wow. Okay. So that was a nice surprise. It looks like it already paired with my Switch. That's interesting. I know sometimes when you take off your Joy-Cons, the original Joy-Cons, they do like to take you to the pairing screen to see, just to repair them for some reason. But this is pretty cool. I didn't need to pair them; it's already paired up. The buttons work. Let's go ahead and try a game here to see if there's any input lag or anything like that. Alright, so far so not so good. Alright, so the controlled buttons work. It works pretty normal here. Now for these types of games, the side scrollers, I don't like using the joysticks. I'm old school, so I like using the D-pad for these. I'm trying to get a clearer picture here, but it looks like my light is in the way, but not really much we can do there. Yeah, so as far as that goes, there's no input lag here. The buttons are fairly responsive. And it's just like I'm using the original Joy-Cons to play Streets of Rage here. Alright. So we'll go ahead and turn this off, and we'll continue with the review. Alright, so that was a pleasant surprise here. Now, I was surprised that the Joy-Cons actually paired with my Switch right off the bat. Normally, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes when you take the original Joy-Cons off and stick them back on, they go to the pairing screen. They ask you to press all these buttons just to repair them. But that was pretty cool that these just automatically paired with the Switch. I didn't need to do anything there. So, all in all, I would say this is a good buy. I do know that the $40 price tag is a lot less than the OEM Joy-Cons that are going for about $70 something dollars. Again, they do sell the housing separately for the Joy-Cons. If you're so inclined to take apart your original Joy-Cons and placing the guts inside of a new housing case, those usually go for $20, $25, so it's definitely a lot cheaper than these. But again, if you're like me and you're afraid that you might mess up, snip a cable, or just pull a cable, then you'll be out $70. So if I had to choose, I would go ahead and stick with these Joy-Cons that are already put together, where you don't need to replace any of the guts or any housing like that, and it just works right off the bat. Alright guys, so if you liked what you saw, go ahead and press the like button or subscribe. And thank you guys once again, and I will see you in the next video.